Welcome, everyone. Welcome on behalf of myself and my colleague Hilde, we will be your hosts for today. And we are both international relations officers at the International Training Center of the Faculty of Bioscience Engineering, Ghent University. We're glad you all made it to this webinar about our exchange programs, and I'm just gonna run you quickly through the program of today. So we will first give you a small introduction in our small country, Belgium, and the city of Ghent, where the university is located. Then we will present some facts and figures about both the university and the Faculty of Bioscience Engineering. Then Hilde will run you through the exchange programs we have on offer and the application procedure. And we will end the webinar with a Q&A session. In case some of your questions were not answered during the presentation, we invite you to write them down in the Q&A section, and we will get to them back to them at the end of the webinar. So Belgium and the city of Ghent. As you might know, Belgium is located in the heart of Europe. We're a kingdom, small kingdom with almost 12 million inhabitants. Brussels is our capital, and it's what we call the capital of Belgium and of Europe because of the presence of some international bodies over there, like the European Commission, European Council, and NATO. We're a country with 3 language communities. In the north, you find the Dutch-speaking part. That's where Ghent is and our university is located. In the south, you have the French-speaking part, and in the east, there's still a small German-speaking part. This is of no importance for any exchange program you would like to do at Ghent University because all education is offered in English. And people in Belgium tend to be quite fluent in English. So if you speak to somebody in the street, usually everybody is able to help you. The heart of Europe also means that Ghent and Brussels are quite close, are quite close to other European capitals, as you can see on this map. Capitals like Paris and London, Amsterdam are less than 300 kilometers away and very accessible by public transport. Even Berlin is only 800 kilometers away, so you can do the journey in less than 8 hours. What else about Belgium? We have some well-known export products. You might know some of our beers. We're quite famous for that worldwide. Delirium Tremens, that you can see here, is one of them. We're also famous for our chocolates, like Côte d'Or. I hope you ever got the chance to taste it. Then we have the big dance festival, Tomorrowland, where people from all over the world come to. And I would say the Red Devils as another well-known export product, although they haven't been performing very well lately. So, but still. Some words about Ghent. Ghent is what we can say it's a vibrant student city. If you only look at the numbers of inhabitants, you see we're almost 300,000 and 85,000 of them are students. So this means 1 out of 3 of the inhabitants in Ghent is a student. So you would definitely not be alone if you choose for Ghent as your exchange destination. It's also a city known for its sustainable mobility. So the city center is a walking area. It's very nice to be a pedestrian in Ghent. It's quiet. We also see 3 million bikes per year at the bicycle path in front of our campus. So the bicycle is something students really use a lot in Ghent. And it's also a water-rich city. So we have two rivers crossing. Actually, that's where Ghent originally came up. And you can explore the city by boat, by kayak, by water taxis. So many students like to do that at some point. And to close this section, just some pictures that give you an idea of the vibe in the city. The one underneath being a picture of the Ghent Festival, which is a 10-day summer festival. It's one of the biggest in Europe, actually, a street festival with all kinds of arts like music and performances, circus artists, street theater, and so on and so on. So even if you don't come to Ghent University for an exchange program, you should definitely come to Ghent someday to be part of the Ghent Festival. So Hilde, over to you.
Okay, thank you, Lynn. So Ghent University. Ghent University is already a bit of an old university, not one of the oldest in Europe, but still already more than 200 years old. We are not a life science or agriculture university, but we are belonging here at the Faculty of Bioscience Engineering. And here you see the overview. We have 11 faculties covering almost every discipline that you can think of. So, and then you see one of them, Faculty of Bioscience Engineering. So if you do the exchange program with us, so this is where you will belong to. Okay, so then we have some more numbers for you. So you see we are a top 100 university. So in the rankings, Ghent University is doing quite well. So you will be in good hands if you come to Ghent. You see a number of 50,000 students. If you paid attention well to what Lynn was saying, so you will have noticed that Ghent, the city of Ghent, we have more than 80,000 students. So, but that's the students, the 50,000 belong to Ghent University. And then we also have some other higher education institutions like art schools, for example. So that's why we have more than 50,000 students in the city. So here you see also some more numbers about the programs, but in the next slides, we will more talk about the programs that we have available at Faculty of Science Engineering. But you can also see that there are quite a lot of international students. You see here 7,300. And the Faculty of Bioscience Engineering is one of the most internationalized faculties, or the most internationalized faculty at Ghent University. So you definitely will not be lonely as an international student, but you will be surrounded by people from all over the world. Okay, next slide, please. So how is the education organized? At Ghent University and also Faculty of Bioscience Engineering. And I think that it will be the same in most of your universities, but I know there are some exceptions. So our bachelor programs normally have duration of 3 years or equal to 180 ECTS credits. The master programs are 1 or 2 years, so equal to 60 or 120 ECTS credits. What do we have to offer for you in English? Well, at bachelor level, not so much. We have here in Ghent bachelor programs offered in Dutch. And I think most of the students who are here attending are not able to speak Dutch or not really willing to learn Dutch. And I can understand that, so that's no problem. We do have some bachelor programs in English in a campus that Ghent University has in South Korea. But then most of our students, exchange students, come for courses in the master programs. And you see there's a big offer of master programs available in English. And we also will point out later the programs available or the disciplines available for you to choose from when you come to our faculty. Okay, then the next slide, please. Okay, then student facilities. I think this will be familiar to what you also have in your university. So you see sports center, university residences, restaurants, doctors, psychologists, language center, and so on. Maybe one that you will not have is the bike rental service. I think Lynn has already spoken about it more than one time, at least, that the bike is really important for transplantation here. So this is a facility that's offered for the students to rent a bike during your stay here. Okay, yeah.
Okay, then some words on the faculty. We'll just first take you on a short virtual tour. This is a view on the faculty. As you can see in front, There's a classic building from the 30s, and there's a building from the 60s, and not so visible, there's also a quite modern building here in the back. So these three make up the campus. This is an aerial view, so here you can see the modern part of the campus better. This is actually the biggest auditorium you can see, and this shell-shaped thing is the Uhu, the biggest auditorium. So this gives you an idea of the atmosphere at the campus. There's also a nice garden in the middle where you can have your lunch, and when it's good weather in Belgium, that's not always the case. We have to be honest about that, but it's nice that you can relax a bit there, and that we have at least some green in the very city center. Some views on our laboratories. This is our library. It's a place where students tend to like to study. And then, of course, the bicycle path in front of the campus. At that, you will see many bikes. Some numbers about international rankings. We didn't include the general numbers of Ghent University, but we directly selected some rankings close to that are the subjects that are taught at the Faculty of Bioscience Engineering. So agricultural science, for instance, in the Shanghai ranking, we ranked 27 as the first university in Belgium. Life sciences, according to Times Higher Education, we rank 48, and also first in Belgium, then 21st ranking according to Taiwan National Taiwan University ranking, and even the 6th position for agriculture and forestry according to QS. Staff and students at the faculty. There are 100 professors working at our faculty, and 650 academic and administrative personnel. So there will be people enough to support you and give you the education where you come from in the first place, but also administrative staff to help you with all kinds of issues you might meet. Almost around 3,000 students are studying at the faculty, of which 34 are international, 34%. So that makes up quite a big part of the cake. So as Hilde said, you will definitely not be alone. And there are people really from all over the world. So as you can see here on the graph, we do not only host students on short-term mobility, but also in master degree programs. So students who come for a full 2 years to the faculty, and I think we have at least 100 nationalities every year. So it's a very colorful and international experience at the faculty. And then we also have more than 400 international PhD students at the faculty. In terms of gender, you can see male, female, it's almost 50% both. So it's a nice mixture. And in terms of nationalities, you can see how the cake is divided. So of course, the biggest part is Europe because of the Dutch speaking, or the Flemish students. Second place goes to Asia. Then we have Africa, and then only South and North America. And as Hilde already mentioned, Ghent University has one other campus, an overseas campus in South Korea. And there, 3 specific bachelor programs are offered, very closely related to the topics that we teach at our faculty. So the Bachelor in Environmental Technology, Food Technology, and Molecular Biotechnology. And people who study their bachelor here get direct access to any master program that is offered at our faculty. Hilde, can you tell us more about the exchange programs?
Yes, sure, I will. So the exchange programs, that's why you are here, of course. So the exchange programs, why would you do an exchange program? There are many reasons, and because you're here, that's also because you're interested. But we just pick one from an Erasmus impact study that has been looking at the employment rates of students after graduating. And when they look at the students who went abroad during the studies, they see that the unemployment rate is 23% lower than students who did not study abroad. So I think that alone would already be a good reason to participate in an exchange program. So if you come for an exchange program, there are different possibilities. You can come for courses. In that case, we need to have a bilateral exchange agreement with your university. But there are also other options. You can come for an internship or research stay, or you can come here to do the master dissertation at the Faculty of Bioscience Engineering. So if you want to come for courses, here you have a quick overview about the disciplines, so the master programs that we have available and that the students can pick courses from. So you see programs in environmental technology and engineering, rural development, soils and global change, sustainable and innovative natural resource management, aquaculture, bioinformatics, bioscience engineering, cell engine biotechnology, environmental science and technology, food technology and nutrition, and food systems. So many programs to choose from. These programs are completely in English, so there are many courses available. And it is possible to pick courses from different programs as long as your timetables do not overlap too much. Then you can choose courses from different programs. So if you want to come for an internship or research stay, this is also an option. So you do a part of your program, the practical part here at your university. So you see it's oriented towards solving a practical problem. And the objective is learning to apply specific techniques or analytical methodology. So mainly in a lab that you will come for maybe 2-3 months to learn some techniques. So this is what the students do if they come for an internship or research stay. And then the last option is that you do the master dissertation here. So master dissertation, master thesis, maybe it's called at your university. So here you have a broader topic, a research topic that you have to work on. You have to find a lab or a professor who will be supervising you. And at the end, if you want to obtain the credits, you can have 30 ECTS credits for it if you complete the full master dissertation here and defend it here at Ghent University. So if you want to apply, what do you have to do and which kind of documents do we need for you? So if you want to come for exchange for courses, then you have seen we have the programs that are available in English are at master level. So therefore, we say students who want to follow courses have to have obtained at least 150 ECTS at the time of application, so that we know that you're not a first or second year bachelor student, but you will have followed already at least 2.5 to 3 years of your bachelor program before coming to Ghent, and then you will be allowed to follow courses at the master programs. Also, PhD students can also follow courses. If they do that, mainly it's limited to 1 or 2 courses because they come here mainly for the research work in the framework of their PhD thesis. So for the courses, normally one semester is 30 ECTS credits, but we know that not all students need to have 30 ECTS credits. So therefore we say the minimum is 20 ECTS credits. So this is really the minimum, because if you do less, then you do not come here for academic reasons, but for other reasons. So that's why we say the minimum has to be 20 ECTS per semester. So if you come for 1 year, it has to be minimum 40 ECTS credits that you will take here. So what about the courses that you can select? So you have seen we have 11 faculties. If you will be coming here at Faculty of Bioscience Engineering, we say during 1 semester, you have to take at least 15 ECTS credits from Faculty of Bioscience Engineering. Up to 15 other credits you can take from the other faculties of Ghent University if the other faculties allow you to do that. But you can take all the full program here as well and take up to 30 credits here at the Faculty of Bioscience Engineering. If you want to come here for a research stay, so then you can do this already after having followed 2 years at your university. So if you have done 120 ECTS credits and you're in the 3rd year of your bachelor program, you can already do an internship or research stay here. Also, for master students and PhD students, this option is available. Lynn, yeah, okay, thank you. So for the internship or research stay, you can obtain credits for that in the transcript of records. And then you have 2 options. You have a short research stay. There we say minimum 2 months, maximum 3 months. And for that, you can have 7 ECTS credits, but on the condition that you make a written report about the internship research stay of minimum 20 pages, and you have to make an oral defense about what you have been doing here. If you stay longer, so minimum 3 months, then you can obtain 15 ECTS credits for the internship research stay, also there with the condition that you make a written report and defend it orally afterwards. Master dissertation or master thesis. So of course for master students, but also PhD students could select this option if they would like to, if they need to have an official transcript of records with credits. So students can have 30 ECTS credits for the master thesis, and they have to stay for at least 6 months if they want to defend the thesis and do the whole thesis here. But many students come here for part of the master thesis research, do some research work here, and afterwards they go back home and complete the thesis at home and defend it over there. Yeah. Okay, so this is what I just said. So the minimum stay is 6 months, and you also have to write the full report and defend it at here in Ghent if you want a transcript of records with the credits. So what kind of documents do we need if you want to apply? So there are 3 important documents that we need. That's the learning agreement. If you go to your international office at your home university, they can certainly give more explanation about that. But the learning agreement mainly is a document where you say, this is what I want to do in Ghent. This is what will be convalidated in my home university. So, and then we have to have 3 signatures. The student has to sign, somebody in your university, and somebody here at Ghent University. We have to agree this is what you will be doing when you come to Ghent. We also want a language certificate so that you that we know that your knowledge of English is good enough to study here in English. And we need to have your transcript of records to see if you have the background that we require to apply here. Okay. And then I see transcript of records. This is so what you have been doing until now. But after your stay, you will also get a transcript of records from us that will be sent to your university with the results that you have obtained here. Okay. So about the language requirements, so you see that we can accept different possibilities. So you see there are TOEFL test results that we can accept, yields. Also B2 certificate from your university if you have University Language Center, or the Cambridge English test result is also acceptable. If you come here for an internship or master thesis, it is possible that your professor here says, okay, I know this student, I have been talking already with the student before, knowledge of English will be no problem. So in that case, it can be overruled and you don't have to provide the certificate. If you come for courses, we will always ask that. So there you will need to provide it. The submission deadlines. If you come for coursework of the master dissertation, you have to follow the semester system that we have. And the semesters start at the end of September. If you want to come here at the end of September, you have to submit your application by the deadline of the 15th of May. If you want to come in the second semester starting in February, you have to submit your application by the deadline of the 15th of November. For internships or research stays, we can be more flexible because that can start at any time in the year. So there's no fixed deadline there. But in order to have time to prepare everything, we need all your documents like 2 months before you start working here in Ghent.
Okay. Thank you, Hilde. That brings us to the next section, the Q&A. Feel free to still add questions in the Q&A box. I saw there were none so far, if I see that right. And in the meantime, please take a look at our contact details and our social media URLs. We warmly invite you to follow the International Training Center on LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram. So let's proceed to the Q&A, but so far I don't think any student has a question.
Yet, yeah. Don't be afraid.
Can mean that we explained it very well, Hilde. But
yeah.
Please let us know. If for some reason you are not able to write something down in the Q&A, it sometimes happens. Please raise your hand, and I will allow your microphone to just ask the question orally.
I see some questions popping up now. So I see one student is asking, are there any part-time job opportunities for students on campus or remote? If yes, please share the relevant portal too. Well, I can say it is possible to do some part-time jobs, but it really must be limited to a couple of hours per week. It is not possible to work like 20 hours per week or more because we have full-time programs and they're quite demanding. So it is possible, yes, but limited to a few hours per week. That would be the maximum that would be possible to combine with your study programs. I see also that there's a question about the cafeteria. Are there any diet-specific questions, kosher, vegan, etc.? Well, here on campus, we have a student restaurant, and they use this pictogram so that you can see what kind of food is offered. And every day there's a vegetarian and I think also even vegan meal every day. Lien, is that correct?
Well, you can opt for a vegan meal because it's a buffet formula.
Yeah.
So you pick what you like, and so it is always a way to eat vegan if you want to. Yes.
Yeah. I see then another question. Are the exams primary written exams? Yes, most of the exams will be written, although it's also possible to have an oral exams, but mainly it will be written exams that you will have here. And I see that the student added, I've heard that the exams are very difficult and many fail. Well, we are quite a demanding university. We have to say as it is. So it's not easy, but if you study hard and as you're supposed to, then it's really not like an impossible thing to pass all your exams. But we are a quite demanding university, so this is true. Any more questions?
I'm a student of. Yes, there was another question.
I see. Are there any courses available regarding wildlife sciences? I don't know if you mean like game management or course like that, because if this is the question, then we don't have that. But if you can specify exactly what you would like, then we can maybe give a more specific answer to your question. And I see another question. I'm a student of magistral course in agriculture. Can I do a period where I stay in Ghent to do the internship and also writing thesis? Yeah. So this is possible to combine an internship and a thesis, but there must be two different topics. So you cannot say I will write my thesis and combine the information that I got from the internship. So if you want to have credits for an internship and credits for thesis, there must be two different well-defined topics so that it's not on the same topic that you do both the internship and the thesis.
Student Cornelius asks, are these short research stays fully funded?
No, we don't provide any funding for the internships. I know in some countries, like for example in France, they must be funded. Here, this is not the case, but you can have a scholarship, Erasmus scholarship, if you're from a European country. So this is something you can check with your university, with your international office, which scholarship opportunities you have. So, and then most of the scholarships will cover at least part or maybe fully your stay here. I mean, housing and food and so on. But you will not get any money from Ghent University or the lab where you will be working. So this is not something we do here in Belgium or in Ghent.
In the same
so
line,
I see there's more. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. In the same line, a student asks, should the exchange program costs be covered by my university? So I think you covered that question.
So I see the course about the wildlife sciences. I see it's more about animal care and or management. Animal care and or management. I think we have a faculty of veterinary medicine, but at the faculty of bioscience engineering, animal care and animal management, this is not what we do here. So, but you can have a look at the offer of the faculty of veterinary medicine. If maybe there they have more what you could be looking for. I see also a research stay 2 to 3 months. Should it be immediately after the master degree, or is it possible to take part sometime after? The research take could be at any time. So from the 3rd year of your bachelor program or during your master program. So it has not to be linked, or it should not be before or after the master degree. So that's up to you according to your program and what your university requires to decide when you want to do the internship research stay.
We have a question regarding a master program. Is it possible to leave a master's degree in biomedical engineering at ULB for a master's degree in bioscience engineering? That's something that is looked at case by case. I would suggest, I'm going to write down the application's address. I would suggest that you direct this question to our colleagues of the application office. So here you are.
I also see other questions. Opportunities for internship, remote sensing, geographical information systems. Well, we have a department that works on remote sensing geographic information systems. So if you go to our website, you can find the information on the different departments and the research labs, research units they have. So there's definitely one who's doing work on remote sensing and geographic information systems. So if you approach them, you can ask if there's a possibility to an internship on this type of topic.
A student asks, how much is the tuition fee?
As an exchange student, you don't pay any tuition fee. So as an exchange student, you are not a full-time student of Ghent University. You're still registered at your home university and you pay all the fees in your university. And then you are accepted to come here as an exchange student. You don't have to pay any fees here at Ghent University to study here. I see, is there a website with free internship positions? No, there's not. And the student asks, or should I text the department separately if they provide internships? So this is indeed what you have to do. You have to contact the department, explain who you are, what you would like to do, what kind of experience you already have, what's your background, and then you can see if there's a possibility to work in the department that you would be interested in.
Okay. Are internships done during the semester or once the semester ends?
Internships can be done at any time. So it depends on what is possible for you and also what is possible for the department, for the professor. So the internship stays, they do not have to follow the semester dates. So it can be at any time. So this is to be agreed upon you and the professor.
A student asks, I have registered for some courses for the second semester, but I don't know how to check the schedule to ensure they do not overlap. If there are overlapping courses, is it easy to register for other courses again?
Yeah. Well, I know the course schedule is not always available at the time of application. So it is possible that you arrive here and that you see that there's some overlap. If this is the case, of course, it is still possible to make changes. So the first 2 weeks of the semester, we give you time to make changes if it's needed because of overlap, or maybe you have other expectations of the course after you have been to the class. So this is definitely possible during 2 weeks after the start of the semester.
Student has one more question regarding the distance between university accommodation and the faculty's location. Is it doable on foot? For Asian students, do we need a visa to join Ghent, Belgium, for exchange programs? If yes, does the university offer any kind of support?
Yeah, well, the distance of the university, maybe we have not talked about that yet, but Ghent University is spread all over the city of Ghent. The campus, or main campus, Campus Coupure, where we are located, is at 10 minutes walking distance from the old city center of Ghent that you see in the background. If you look at the screen where I'm talking, so you see the old churches, old towers of Ghent behind me. So this is only 10 minutes walking from where I am at this moment here. The university accommodation, that's about, I would say, by foot half an hour, more or less, but almost all students use bikes. And then it will be like 10 minutes to bike from the university accommodation to the campus. And then the question about the visa, well, it says Asian students, do we need a visa to join Ghent? Yes, you will need a visa, but the conditions will be different for each country. So you will have to check for your specific situation with your embassy what is required if you want to come here to Ghent University. So what kind of support do we offer? Well, we have, if you register as an exchange student, we will approve your file if everything is done correctly. And then you will receive an invitation letter that you will need to apply for the visa. I hope that this is an answer to the question you have asked. If not, you can ask more questions.
This student asks, I'm used to having 3 courses worth 10 ECTS per semester. I noticed that your master program courses range from 3 to 7 ECTS, meaning I would have around 6 courses per semester. How does this work with so many courses? Is the workload still the same?
Yeah, well, it should be the same because the workload in ECTS is calculated. So each ECTS point should be equivalent to a number of working hours, etc. So if you have 30 ECTS in one semester, if you have, I can, for example, I think maybe, I don't know where you're from, but if I look at our Swedish partners, they have sometimes in one semester 2 courses of 15 ECTS. So they only have 2 courses. If I look at some French partner institutions, they have sometimes courses or even 1 or 1.5 ECTS credits. So they have many courses. But in the end, the workloads should be the same. So 30 ECTS here is 30 ECTS in another country. It should be exactly the same.
Okay, so far no more questions popping up in the Q&A or the chat. So I think we covered a lot of topics already. If no one adds a question, then I think that brings us to the end of the webinar. I want to thank you, the audience, for your presence and your interesting questions. And we hope you will consider an exchange program at UGent for your future plans. And we look forward to receiving an application at some point. Thank you to my colleague Hilde as well. And for now, I would say all the best to you. Bye-bye.
Bye.